35192 if you want to text. You can go to alancoxshow.com and watch live. We're going to do our Polar Blast punishments a little bit closer to 4:30. Thank you so much to Toady Pendleton, who's helping out in the video department today. Big day, by the way, if it's somebody who's assisting with the video. You'll be able to watch in the live stream. Big Billy's Bottom Boys won this year's Polar Blast after a 2-year hiatus.
Get your T-shirts.
He's got T-shirts. It devalues, of course, the specialness of them for the people that were on your team.
Oh, they're different.
They must feel
had
like
the one-of-a-kind ones. They got theirs for free, too.
Oh, yeah, you handed them out.
So these are people that have to buy one, which is...
How much are they?
$20. $21, something like that.
Well, 4:30. We will...
link in bio.
Be taking our punishments. Myself and Mary and Poundcake. Binder clips on our bodies and strings attached.
I got colorful ones, too. So
colorful strings and colorful binders.
Well, string is just white, but the
binder
clips are colorful.
I was going to say, I want mine in pride colors.
Well, mine are purple. What are Mary's?
Green.
Green and Poundcake's blue.
Blue. Is that okay, Poundcake? You all right with blue? What are you wearing today? Gray? That'll go nicely.
If they were green, I would die.
And Mary will be putting hers on her vocal cords. So
No, she will not.
On her vocal cords.
He doesn't listen to the show. Listen, I think that if you know me well enough, you know that I take my direction from the show Seinfeld. And they've basically covered everything over the 9 years that was on television, and it's been off the air way longer than it was ever on. But to Mary's point, Kramer, back in the day, may have found an alternate way to address your medical needs.
What's with the dog?
Yeah, this is Smucker's. I borrowed him. Yeah, we share the same affliction. So I'm gonna have a vet check us out.
A vet?
Oh, I'll take a vet over an MD any day. They gotta be able to cure a lizard, a chicken, a pig, a frog, all on the same day.
So, if I may jump ahead, you're gonna take dog medicine?
You bet we are. How's Smucker's?
Have you thought about going to the veterinarian?
Don't think that's gonna work.
Oh.
Although my vets, oh God, what are they called? Oh, they have a no fear approach, I think is what it's called.
For the owner or for the animal?
For the animal, where like they don't have like tall metal tables, they don't hook them up to anything, they don't muzzle them. Like they sit on the ground with your cat while they inspect them and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
And does that work well? I mean, does the animal? Is there any way to know if the animal appreciates that? Or
Well, my cat hates doing anything at any point. So to her, I think it's all the end of the world. But they say it makes a lot more animals more comfortable. I think probably more dogs than cats. It's more comfortable to have them on the floor and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think cats are just angry no matter what.
No fear veterinarian. Now, do all the doctors wear old school no fear shirts?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And then if you are a tech just trying to get to veterinarian status, you have to wear the Big Johnson shirts.
Right. You got to have a can of no fear energy drink. You got to be wearing a Big Johnson T-shirt. Right.
I think that's what they're called. No fear.
Big Johnson
Something
T-shirts?
like that. No.
Well, you're probably on to something there. iHeartRadio app. If you listen there, a lot of people like to leave messages for us, and you can certainly do that too.
What up, gang? Quick history lesson on the watermelon thing. I did learn this. Yes, the watermelon with black people kind of originated, it's stereotyped in the United States as far as post-slavery and all of that stuff. However, the watermelon in Africa is definitely revered as a wonderful fruit. It is the only fruit that can fill you up and give you water at the same time. It has some vitamins and nutrients, but they love it in Africa, and we have to just change our thinking about it here in the States. Thanks, bye.
That's something to consider. A delicious fruit that fills you up and hydrates you.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude.
We're talking about all the schools.
I mean,
that
I always ate it growing up.
I didn't like it at all. I've
I
only
love
gotten into watermelon like in the last 5 years. I couldn't stand it growing up. I don't know what switch flipped in me, but I love it now.
I will eat an entire watermelon. Like, I have to
That's a lot of
physically-
watermelon.
I have to
The rind?
stop myself from eating too much watermelon because I'll cut up an entire watermelon and it'll be gone in, like, no joke, 2, maybe 3 days. I
Wow.
love
Oh, you won't
watermelon.
eat it in one sitting.
I have to stop myself.
Right.
Like if I were to package, I have to stop myself.
Huh.
Like, if
Listen, there's worse things you could eat a lot of.
Yeah.
Is there? I don't know that there's a downside to eating other than maybe the sugar, but there can't be a downside to eating a lot of watermelon.
Like he said, it gives you like sloshy belly, but I mean,
Sloshy belly. Well,
yeah.
yeah, but people eat way worse things than that and gives them sloshy belly.
right.
I'd rather have sloshy belly than brick belly.
I can't believe that there's a lot of sugar in watermelon. To
There's
me,
sugar in all fruit.
Yeah.
I know, but it just doesn't.
But natural
Dude.
sugar is better than refined sugar.
When you get that perfect, like bright red, juicy watermelon in the middle of summer, man, there's nothing better
I
than
hate
that.
watermelon, but you know what treat I give myself now to be like a little healthier?
Young Puerto Rican boys.
No.
Oh.
Cut or uncut.
Old
Wait.
Puerto Rican boy. Cut or uncut, he says.
Yeah, cut or uncut. Wait.
Right.
But
Yellow watermelon is what you like, just to be different.
no, I
Oh.
actually eat strawberries and peanut butter now. Like that.
Together?
That doesn't sound bad.
I dip my strawberries in peanut butter.
Ugh. I've tried that before, like putting fresh fruit on toast and green apples at the top because I think the tartness throws off the savory, creamy peanut butter, and then banana. But then I've tried strawberries and I just don't like it as much. I've tried raspberries.
Well, I don't have them on a piece of toast. I dip them. Like I take a spoon and put it in the like scoop it with the peanut butter and then take the strawberry and put it on the spoon and then I eat it like that because I like chocolate covered strawberries and this is just a healthier alternative. Like I don't think you get much protein or no protein from chocolate. So at least some peanut butter you get something.
I mean, yeah, protein. There's more protein in peanut butter, but there's also a lot more fat. I mean, again, it's
Well, there are
fat
all
from
kinds
nuts,
of.
but
I'm always fascinated by what kind of goofy food combos people will come up with. You know, I love hot dogs just because of I just like hot dogs. I mean, we ate them a lot as kids, and I like the way that we make them at home. But everybody has their regional whatevers. But I remember being in Seattle, and somebody said you have to try a Seattle dog, and I was like, oh, what's that? And it's cream cheese and sautéed onions.
Ooh.
And I was like, no, thank you. I
No,
didn't even
thanks.
try it because that just sounded so
I'd
weird
still
to me.
try it.
my
I like to eat the food of the people.
But like I've seen people put like strawberry jam on a fried egg.
well, jelly or jam on a breakfast sandwich that'll change your life. That's
had
real.
You mean
real.
on like
I've had
a-
jam on a burger that was phenomenal.
It's the sweet and savory, man.
Yeah.
So if you have we always put them on our McDonald's like sausage McMuffin. You open that baby up and put some jelly on there. Oh, change your life.
Like my wife will put chips on a sandwich.
Yeah, that's a crunch value. I like that.
Chips on a sandwich is, yeah.
My weirdest combo that I get the most crap for is that I like to put cheddar cheese on my waffles, like with syrup. So,
That doesn't seem weird to me.
well, it's again,
It's something I would eat, but it doesn't
sweet
seem
and
weird.
savory, where I like, you have the waffle, butter it up.
And even if you did eat it,
Put the
you'd eat a
cheddar
quarter of the
cheese.
waffle.
Yeah, right.
The
Yes,
one-
I would. That's right.
Top
one-
in syrup.
The one thing I saw when I was a kid, I know it's not foreign, but it's just a combination of a lot of smells I don't like because there's two items.
A combination of smells you don't like.
Like eggs, and then people put ketchup on their eggs, and I know that that's not a foreign thing. Like at the time, I was like, "Ew, that's gross." But as I grew up, I didn't eat eggs, but I knew a lot more people that would put ketchup on them. And
It always just seemed
it's
to me
just
to
a
be.
lot of smells.
It
I
just
don't
seemed
like
to
it.
me something like that to be nutritionally counterproductive.
It's
because
just the flavor of ketchup. It's
I guess,
not
but
about
you-
nutrition.
well, I have to assume though that you're eating an egg in the first place because it's better than something else.
No, it's just what you
it's
eat at
just eggs,
breakfast.
It's better than a bowl of Fruit Loops.
But it's just what it is. I don't think I've ever reached for an egg thinking this is better. Like
That's the
growing
only
up.
reason I eat eggs.
Well,
is 'cause
yeah,
they're better
now
for
as
you.
an adult, but like I
Well,
feel
we're
like
all adults. That's where.
scrambled eggs and ketchup is a small child thing.
Oh.
Still kinda
Oh
good.
no, there's adults that will smother their eggs in ketchup,
Oh.
and I don't get it.
I still do.
Oh,
Like
bleh.
anytime I have
Not
scrambled
hot
eggs,
sauce.
I don't like hot sauce on scrambled eggs. I like hot sauce on omelets. Scrambled eggs, I want ketchup.
What? It's still an egg.
And
But
it's still
prepared
scrambled
differently,
together.
and it
But-
tastes different. And omelets have other stuff in them,
Yeah, all
which is
right,
why
all right,
I'll have hot sauce. So
What
I'm
about
saying,
cereal with yogurt instead of milk? I had that a lot as a kid.
Well, I guess that's no different than like the yogurt that you can
like a
top with
parfait.
granola.
We were a big yogurt family, and so anytime there was cereal, I would mix
You ever
cereal.
put
and
That's
yogurt.
salt
a lot
on
of
fruit.
yogurt.
What's
Salt
that?
on watermelon is
Salt on
legit.
watermelon's good. Salt on pineapple's very
I
good.
don't like
I
pineapple.
don't need salt.
Cuts up my mouth. Like when I eat pineapple, I don't know if I'm
Why
allergic
I got
to
such a
it.
soft mouth?
Dude, when I eat pineapple, I get literal sores on the inside of my
Are you
mouth.
allergic to it?
I don't think I'm allergic. It's just got that acid in it that some people are more
It's got bromelain in
sensitive
it.
to.
My son
bro.
is the same thing.
Come at me, bromelain.
Don't taste me, bromelain.
Yeah, I stay away from pineapple.
Don't taste it. I forgot about that one. That's deep.
What about Fritos and applesauce?
No, I don't
Never
like
had
Fritos.
that.
You don't like Fritos?
Or
What are you, a
applesauce.
communist?
I don't like applesauce
I don't like
either.
Fritos. It's corn and oil.
Applesauce is a conduit for my Adderall when I don't want to wait for it to be extended release. That's the only time
I feel like a
ever eat
baby or an old
applesauce.
man.
Yeah, I gotta put
I mix my
medicine in.
pills in with applesauce. That's how I take them. Wow. Pretzel stick in a banana.
I really don't like bananas. I have to force myself to eat bananas.
You were just eating one here the other day.
Because
Yeah,
they're
of
good
course
for
I did.
you.
Did you see her hand on
This
the back
is
of her head?
She's applying 40 foot-pounds of pressure to her own head. Just practice for the weekend.
You know.
No, but again, that's why I assume people are eating eggs, because they know they're good for them. You eat it, but you don't like bananas. You're eating them
Hate
because they're good for you.
Right.
So that's why I assume people are eating it. Some people are eating eggs because of that, and then smother them in ketchup. I don't know.
I don't think there's any other weird foods that I do. I mean, I this isn't a weird food, but controversial is pineapple on pizza. I like because
I don't mind
think when you cook the pineapple, it's not as bad
Not
as
as
far as like
acidy.
like cutting up your mouth or whatever. And plus, it's usually like canned pineapple. It's not fresh
About
pineapple.
popcorn and grapes.
I like popcorn and hot sauce. I dip my kettle corn in hot sauce. That's one of my go-tos.
Oh, I hate sweet popcorn.
Oh, kettle corn is
That's nasty.
especially the fresh cooked stuff at the fair that they're doing in like that cauldron. I'll eat an entire bag of that
No,
stuff.
You don't like caramel corn pound cake?
No, I want my popcorn to be savory. I look for it to be buttery and
Well, they're all
salty.
still salty. There's
No,
just
they're
some,
not. The,
oh,
the
okay.
They just
kettle
put sugar
corn
in
is
I thought
sweet.
kettle corn was legitimately supposed to be salty and sweet.
It is. It's sugar and
Right.
salt. That's all they put on it.
I taste more. I guess I'm more sensitive to the sweet there. I would rather just have my popcorn big, yellow, and salty.
My big yellow and salty.
He wants that giant hood bag is what he
Yes.
wants.
Well, that's what
It's
I
really good.
like.
It's
But
cheddar
kettle.
cheese, yeah.
The best popcorn mix. I think it's actually called Chicago mix, where it's the cheddar caramel mix.
Yes.
That is my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't know why that's called Chicago Mix, but that's what it's called.
Now
But
I
you can
need-
get it everywhere.
I feel like I need a snack now.
Go get a snack.
Not
All this food talk made y'all
Yes.
snacky.
I had a nice healthy salmon salad for lunch, and now I'm like, I could probably
Get
have
some peanut butter
popcorn.
or you don't like peanut butter cups. Get some M&Ms.
No,
Or
I don't want
Snickers.
that. I want like chips or something.
Ma and Yaz?
What?
Yeah, get some. Go over to the cupcake place. Get a
M&Ms are
cupcake.
now Ma and Yaz. I wondered if you wanted some of those.
I've never heard of that.
Because in that whole fake M&Ms are too woke thing,
Oh.
they got Maya Rudolph to be their spokesperson, and
Oh, I
now she's
didn't see
Ma and
that.
Yaz. So it's all Super Bowl run up.
Ah.
They were trolling basically Fox News by saying they were going to swap out their M&Ms because they were too woke. And they were like, no, we're just getting ready for the Super Bowl. Jay in Parma, hello.
How's it going, Alan? Hate the show.
It's going. Thank you, Jay.
Weird. I don't know how if you would consider it a weird combination of food, but I like to eat my macaroni salad with Fritos scoops.
I don't think that's weird. Macaroni salad, so you're talking about like the mayo and the noodles and the celery and everything else that's in it, and then you just, that to me, it's like you're treating it like a dip. That doesn't seem so weird.
You dip.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then there you go. Thank you, Jay. Mary doesn't like Fritos,
Not a big
whether
fan.
they're in scoop form or whatever.
I like a Tostito scoop. But Fritos, I don't like. I just have never been a big fan. I like those honey barbecue twist ones that they have.
I hate it when they have the scoop. Like I buy a whole bag of scoops, and then the ones at the top, they're little scoops. But then you get down to the bottom, they're just regular chips because they're all broken up. I'm like, this is a ripoff.
And they're smaller because they're broken from the scoop.
I'm pissed.
Well, all I know is nothing don't munch like Fritos do, and so that's been my guiding principle lo these many years. I did want to bring something up. I have to go to a break here in a minute, but I did want to bring something up because it is something that I think could directly affect the integrity of this show. And I'm using that in the widest possible sense.
I'm just excited we got some integrity.
That's why I'm trying to hold on to what little we have. Yesterday, in Perez Bilton's Hot Celebrity Goss, there was a story about Leonardo DiCaprio dating a 19-year-old model. We actually played a game called Is It Older or Younger Than Leonardo DiCaprio's Girlfriend? Well, he is not dating that girl. So my question is, do you need to reevaluate your inside sources?
Inside sources.
Only because I don't want I don't want Perez Bilton getting jammed up, getting bad intel from his inside sources.
Inside sources.
Leonardo DiCaprio has publicly rebuked the people who said that he was dating this 19-year-old model. She says it's not happening. He says it's not happening.
Let me go back to one of my Perez Bilton.
Now, the rumor in Hollywood, and you can take it with a grain of salt, if you will, or a grain of sweet, is that Leonardo DiCaprio can't really get it up. And that's why he surrounds himself with these young, beautiful women, because at least it's a look that he can, keeps the legend going or whatever. But they both say that they're not dating. And so my only concern is for the integrity of your sources, for Perez Bilton's sources.
Well, let me remind you of some of the sources where Perez Bilton knocked it out of the park. Back in November 22nd.
Yep.
I did 3 stories that there was the country music singer Jana Kramer was talking about Chris Evans, and she used his bathroom, and then she didn't call him back. And then my inside sources said he wasn't worried about the pee smell. It was that she took a huge mud pie.
Right.
Inside sources.
Okay.
And then Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker split up 2 years after 2 years of dating. And according to the inside sources.
Inside sources.
It's because of a huge mud pie. And then Love is Blind star SK and Raven, they're done. And according to inside sources, they broke up over an unflushed mud pie.
I'm starting to figure
So what I want you to understand is, sometimes there's going to be a thing put out there by Leonardo, like, oh, we weren't even dating. But you got to, if you're going to judge me on my losses, you got to judge me about even harder on my wins. These wins were big wins.
Nobody's going to bat 1,000. Are you now concerned that perhaps your inside source only has a one-track mind and is being drawn to mud pie stories in general?
Here's what I'm thinking, is Leonardo DiCaprio wanted to date this girl. And then she took a huge mud pie.
Inside sources.
Well, maybe.
And he's like, I ain't going out with that girl. She takes too big of a mud pie.
It's actually
a small slice.
I mean, not to put too fine a point on it. It's really about the leaving of the big mud pies, isn't it? Not the taking of them. If they were taking them, there'd be no issue.
Right. You got if you just flush it down, but they're just not flushing, or they don't have a poop knife to cut it up, so they're just leaving these big old mud pies, and guys are finding them going, oh, this isn't my type of woman anymore.
DiCaprio is nearly 50, and he's dating somebody who went to prom on Zoom, somebody said. I know, and I love, Megyn Kelly freaking out about Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, he's just banging teens. Like, what about DeSantis and Trump and Matt Gaetz buying high schoolers on Venmo? I guess she has no problem with any of that, but it's DiCaprio that's the problem.
I have a bit about that.
The girl's legal. She's 19 years old. It might be creepy. It's not illegal.
About how my dad read.
It's not human trafficking.
He read all the books, the Twilight books, to a lady. Like,
your dad did?
He did. Like an older lady, he read them to her. But my joke is that he still, had to comment what he thought about it. He's like, this 17-year-old girl's dating a 100-year-old vampire. How come when I vote for guys that do that, everybody's mad about it?
Right. Well, listen, people vote with their wallets and their feet, and sometimes their library cards. That's okay. All right, we're going to prepare ourselves because we're going to get ready to do our Polar Blast punishments. That'll be me and Mary and Poundcake, and Bill will oversee. I will have another $1,000 for you in a bit. 4:30 is that next keyword to go fund yourself. Right after this break, you want to go to the Fall Out Boy show. They're doing Blossom in August, I think, July, August. I'll get you a couple of tickets for that. So we'll do all that coming back.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or whatever smart device you have.
Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio. Buzzard Radio.
The Buzzard.
Is Rover.
This is going to make me vomit.
Rock.
Sitting for the left and singing for the tears. Baby, you're my star. They're gonna rip it off.
And Alan Cox.
I certainly don't want to waste my latex fist.
You're at them home of the Cavaliers.
What a fast break by the Cavaliers.
100.7
WMMS.
From the Mr. Hero Taste You Crave Weather Center. WMMS Weather.
Showers overnight.